Hello, everybody. I do apologise about this. I will fix this shortly. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, wherever you may be. My name is Logan. And actually today, this is my first time doing commentating for Formula V. So welcome one, welcome all. Yeah, this is round number 5. Season 9. Kieran's got no front wing. I do wonder what's happened there. There must have been contact. Kieran started from the pole position in the sprint race, but he's been relegated right back down to where he qualified. This is absolutely terrible luck for the Brit. But oh, it's so terrible luck. Did he make a mistake? We'll have to wait and see. But terrible luck for the Alpine reserve. And he is into the pits at the end of this lap. You do have to feel for him from pole, from a bad quali to an even worse race. But we have Aspec in 5 laps leading by 10 seconds, which is incredible. And Stefan has got no wing as well. And neither has, I can't say his name, Broten, we're going to say. Or we'll just say JL. But this is an absolute travesty. What has happened in 5 laps for 2 drivers to lose their front wings? Scarlett locking up. Just to check, I am streaming, so apologies about that. But two drivers have lost their front wing, and it is only lap 5. So what has happened on that last lap? For that to have happened, for not only Kieran, but for Stefan, for the other guys as well. I do wonder what has happened, and I do deeply apologise about this stream starting late. A bit of confusion in the chats. We'll have to see, will Stefan pit? It could be worth staying out. Will Stefan pit? Will he box? No, he stays out! Stefan stays out! Now I've heard that in Monaco there's a safety car glitch. Just to check. However, I do check. It is on. Safety car is on. It's on reduced. But yeah. And Oliveira as well is missing half of his front wing. So what has happened there for Mr. Oliveira? Or the Olive Man Kieran looked to have a little tap of the wall into swimming pool. But look at this! Look at, oh, they're in the wall! Stefan and JL, and now there's more contact! It's a Van Amersfoort Racing meltdown! The 2 Van Amersfoort cars make contact! This is brilliant! Oh, it's a travesty! The 2 VARs, oh dear! It's a travesty! But what damage does JL now have? Does he have damage? Yes, he does. 4 drivers have lost their wings in this race. This is a travesty. And now he cuts the chicane. It's literally ART domination. But now can't believe I'm saying this. Kieran's got a chance at a podium, all because so many drivers are making contact and losing their wings. They're all going to have to pit. It's a travesty. It's incredible. Now, JL though, he stays out. All of the 2 VAR cars stay out. So it really now depends on what the Virtuosi racing car of Kieran can do. He's going to be gaining so much time if he can keep it on the black stuff and if he doesn't get a penalty. But we need to factor if he doesn't get damage. Perfect sector 0 for the Brit. There's so many drivers. Look at the time he's gaining. It's already almost a second since the start of sector 2. It's incredible. Call him Daniel Verstappen. The amount of time he's gaining, that's a really bad pun. But yeah, we obviously know the guys with no front wings though, they're going to be ever so slightly quicker on the straight. It's a 22.9 for Kieran in the Virtuosi, by the way. That is 7 tenths quicker than anyone else's lap, I believe. 6 tenths, sorry, I do apologise. But it's a struggle. Because look at the time he's going to gain from not only this sector, but just the entire track. You know, the only place they're going to pull away is the front straight. Aspect gets a penalty. JL gets a penalty. Everybody is getting penalties, and look at the time that the virtuosi car of Kieran's gaining. That's 3 seconds in just under a lap, if not that. Look at him, he's lighting up the race, he's doing everything. He knows he can get the podium. Stefan now gets a penalty. It's down to Oliveira, because Oliveira could have third. What is going on? This race is incredible, and I've only been streaming for 4 laps. Wow. This is all I have to say. This is the state of racing you get. Kieran is the only driver on track, I believe, bar Scarlatti, to have a full front wing. It's incredible what the scenes here that happen in their feed. You do not want to miss this. It's only live once, folks. Saying that, I am missing a lot of the action. But 9 tenths between JL and Stefan. It's really the fight of the front wings here. Kieran, another fastest lap. It's another 2 tenths out his best. All he has to do is keep it on the track. Look at this. 21 seconds. It could be happening. It could be a possibility. There's so much drama and so much carnage on the track. What's going to happen next? And look at this. You know, it all goes down to setup. Obviously, some drivers are going to use their Formula 1 setups. But now look, Stefan 8 tenths, 7 tenths. If JL it's either going to go down to penalties or fierce hard racing. It's really no front wing racing here. We have 2 drivers with full front wings. We have a driver with end plate off, and Stefan was in the wall again there. But this camera angle is mental. I absolutely love it. And Stefan, huge hop over the curb there. That's not going to do him very good. But JL, who has obviously done it a lot worse there, because he's gained time from it. The guys from 3rd to 5th are all within probably a second and a half of each other. This is incredible with no front wing. They're all keeping it on the black stuff. But the more they fight, the more it's going to benefit Kieran. Look at this. He's gaining like mad. He is a man possessed right around now. He knows there is a possibility. And there's yellows. It's Aspect! Aspect's off! Aspect's off! Oh my goodness me! Oh my goodness me! It's happening. I do apologise about that, everyone, but Stefan and Brighton, oh my goodness me, not through Portier, there's no way. Well done, lads. That is a brilliant battle for Portier, but now that leaves everybody open. Will he go for a send? Will he go for a send? He does. He does. Oh my goodness me, they're both off the track. Broughton, JL, he gets a 5 sec. That should be removed. Because he goes down, you know, it's not his fault. It's really benefited him. He probably should give back some of that time. But look at this. The more they're going to fight, the more it's going to benefit Oliveira and Kieran. All Kieran has to do, like I say, he has to keep it on the black stuff, on the tarmac, and he has to keep it out of the barrier. And he could have a 3rd place here. 5 laps to go. This is brilliant racing. But look at Scarlatti and Aspect. All Aspect has to do is pray this Scarlatti doesn't get a penalty, sorry. But look at this, there's 1 track warning for Scarlatti. And that's it. That's it, I believe. Yep. But we'll have a look at the warnings while we're here. So Kieran is he's 1 more warning away. No, he is 1 more warning away from getting a penalty. So all Kieran has to do, if he keeps it on the track, he could have 3rd. We bear that in mind. But look at this. It's beautiful camera angle through the hotel hairpin, or whatever the hairpin's called. I've got no idea. But now, will JL, will he go defensive again? Aspect with another 3-second penalty. He's really slow. Oh my. Okay. No, I don't actually know what the guys here are actually playing. It's really silly. But yeah, it's quite dangerous now. Getting in the region of that. But we're going to stay on this little battle up ahead. We'll have to see what happens. And I've jinxed it. Kieran's gotten a penalty now. But it probably won't matter. as long as he can overtake Oliveira, then he should be able to pull 3 seconds. Scarlett, though, what is going to happen? We've got one driver without an end plate. We've got one driver with a full front wing. The Virtuosis are the only drivers with full front wings here. This will go down to the wire, though, for Scarlett and Aspect. Obviously, the winner will be decided on penalties, but Scarlett is nearly in the wall, and he's nearly in the back of Aspect again. He's pushing him through these corners. That mistake from Aspect a few laps ago really hurt him. But Kieran another 10th, and he's within 9 seconds now. He's gaining as the young Brit. And goodness me, there's more contact, everyone. Come on. Keep it down, lads. Although I'd say keep it up, but it's getting dirty. It's getting risky, and it's getting quite dangerous. But Aspect has had a terrible exit. He's had a huge number over here. This is really going to open it up for Scarlett. Is he going to go for the move? No. But he has a huge lock-up. Oh, but it's held. It's held. He takes the outside to the back, and he's nearly lost it. He's nearly lost it. This is brilliant racing. Racing at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. Formula 2 at its finest. Formula V at its finest. And I am happy to be commentating. It's been a while since we've commentated. Ironically, last time was in the Monaco Grand Prix. Obviously not in this league, but overall, I'm happy to be back commentating. It may be for F2 and it may be for a league that I don't stream much in. We don't normally get much Div 2 action now on this channel, if any, for this season. But it's incredible. Look, another 9 seconds. Another 3 seconds, sorry, from Kieran. But Scarlett, oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me, that's contact, and Aspect is in the wall. Aspect is out wide, and he's been put in the wall. If I was Scarlett, maybe that was a bit of a risky move. Maybe he ought to give that back. But this is racing, oh my goodness me. Wow, I can't tell if, okay, that seemed to be a lock-up. But no, he's gone for the move in the hairpin. He's got to slow down. This is insane, incredible stuff. And I am all for it. I love it. There's contact for Stefan and JL. Now there's more contact. Wow, but Kieran though. 4.8 lads, I'd like to announce this is probably one of the best comeback drives you're going to see in FB history. Formula 2 cars in Formula V. Oh my goodness me, they're still side by side. Not into the back. Guys, not into the back. Oh my goodness me, they've done it. Into the back. This race. Oh my god, they're both nearly in the wall. Oh, they're both nearly in the wall. Again, this is mental racing. Wow. I am absolutely all for it, folks. But look at this, the Alpine of Kieran, it's another 3 seconds. These three ahead have been squabbling so much. All Kieran needs to do is find a clean way through. That rhymed. I didn't mean it to, but it did. So that's pretty cool. But, like I say, I'm going to take a look at the penalties. We're going to calm it down a bit. Now Kieran, he's in for a net P5. If he can get past Oliveira and maybe, just maybe, pull that 3 second gap. Obviously Oliveira no wing, Kieran with a wing. Granted he has the 3 second penalty, but the amount he's been gaining, he could overtake him and pull away. He has to hope for luck, but there is a possibility of it. Gonna look at the battle while we have a look behind. Oh, 6 cars. Oh, thank God I looked back. They're still side by side. This is incredible racing. Don't crash it now, fellas. Don't crash now. It's been absolutely incredible. Stefan goes for a switch back out of Portier. I can't believe this is actually happening. This is what happens when you get thin Formula 2 cars on the streets of Monte Carlo. Stefan's gone for the dive, and it's happened again. They've both gone off. The JL gets another 5 second penalty. Scarlett gets a penalty now. Scarlett gets a penalty through the third swimming pool. This is madness, folks. Now, we see, is Kieran going to go for a risky move, perhaps into Raskas? If he does, he's got 2 more laps to try and pull out a 3 sec. He's going to have to go for one somewhere. Oliveira wide, Oliveira right. Kieran's going to try and benefit. Not into Anthony, no, lads, no. But Oliveira wide again. Kieran will benefit hugely here. Down the front straight. Who's going to have the edge? Oliveira will have the edge with his no front wing. So Kieran going to tuck back in the slipstream. He's going to make Oliveira have another mistake. Oliveira goes wide. Then Kieran on the perfect apex. And he storms past into turn 2. Wow. Racing at its finest. But Stefan is really wide. Really wide there. This is mental, folks. Will Kieran, will he go for an ambitious move? into Mirabeau. He won't, but Stefan, it's a huge mistake. Will he be moving the hairpin? No, he won't. It's maybe a good strategy, but look at the speed differential here we have from Kieran and the rest of the guys. But here we go then for Go. I don't even know anymore, but it's incredible racing. It's incredible. But Aspect has gone off. He gets another 3 seconds. Not good for the ARC drivers. It's really not good. They're being pushed and shoved absolutely everywhere. But they're both off again. Kieran, it's going to go for an ambitious movement. Look at this. Ladies and gents, this is racing at its finest. It's incredible stuff. He's going to go for 1.9 swimming pool. Oh my word, he's pulled it off. Oh my goodness me. Kieran's a man possessed right now. He's a bit angry. He must be agitated. He must be agitated with what happened on lap 4. But he's a man possessed. There is still the possibility of him gaining this podium. There is still the possibility of that. Please do bear that in mind. But it's a battle for the lead, a battle at the forefront. Stefan Scarlett's nearly in the wall, but he's got more damage. So Kieran is the only guy, is the only person with a full front wing. He's going to go around the outside. No way, not through Casino. He's pulled it off through Casino Square. Oh, but there's contact through Massenet, I do believe. Kieran hits the wall. Obviously not intentional there, but he's turned in a bit too early. That's allowed JL Bolton to get back past him. But he's going to go right around the outside of the hairpin. This is incredible racing. Stefan gets another penalty. So Stefan is now essentially going to be confirmed in last place for this sprint race. But I told you he could do it. I told you he could do it. He would have been one of the best comeback drivers in Formula V history. And it may still happen. Oh my God. Oh my God. Scarlett has been spun. Oh my goodness me. This may well happen, folks. This may well happen, ladies and gentlemen. It could be one of the best drives in Formula V history, and you've seen it here first. It all depends. Can Aspect really win? Will he lose? He has to get another second. He has to get another more. But he's got no front wing. He's got no front wing. He's drifting and sliding everywhere. But what of Kieran, though? Will it be a last-ditch attempt to try and get this podium? He's going to switch back through Larascas. There's almost contact. But goodness me, it's a beautiful sprint race here in Monte Carlo. Aspect crosses the line and wins, but it's Scarletti that wins on post-race penalties. It's going to be an ART double podium, and I do believe it is. I don't know though. Oliveira gets second. Wow. It is a double virtuosi podium. I did say it here, folks. So, correctly. But if we've seen a drive from Kieran to that level, seconds per lap out of the guys ahead, granted they had no wings, but he was 30 seconds behind. Let's bear that in mind. Granted, again, they had no wings. It's Monaco. It's going to be a struggle. But 30 seconds per lap, managing to overtake and still getting the podium is incredible. Obviously, there's going to be a few moments break until we get the sprint race here in... Sorry, not sprint race. Feature race here in Monaco underway. We are obviously going to have a formation lap. That'll give us enough time to digress. Just all the drama and the controversy that happened in the sprint race. And I do believe we are actually missing people. So I do believe that's mandatory qualifying bans. Do correct me on that though. We're missing... It's not, I don't actually know who we're missing. We're missing... Elmo. I think Curly as well. Although I've no idea people's... Oh no, yeah, it is Curly, Hunnix, and Valtteri we're missing. Granted, Hunnix was on tentative. Now, Kieran, he's going to want to do the exact opposite of what I heard happened in the sprint race formation lap. He's going to be wanting to go as slow as he can. And he's nearly in the wall. It's really not going well. But he's going to be lighting up his rear tyres here. It's absolutely incredible, the state of racing we're getting so far. It really will depend on the start that these incredible and very highly skilled drivers can have. And Aspect, welcome to the stream, buddy. I do apologise for not checking the comments. Kieran nearly spun again. He's really got to stop doing this. He's really going to hurt his rear tyres. Look at the burnout mark he's leaving. But 21 laps to come and a pit stop in this feature race. 6 drivers, 6 of the most fearsome, calm and collected drivers I have seen in this league. They're all going to battle out for the win. We've all seen what they can do. Yes, there were incidents, and I haven't looked at the strategies, so I'll do that now. We have 2 drivers, we have Aspect and Stefan starting on the super soft. That will be the ultimate strategy, but it has worked for some. If you remember, if you guys remember, in Rapid Racing League, Scarlet's been disqualified, Oliveira's been disqualified. Will Kieran get disqualified? No, he won't. He does not want to follow the footsteps of his teammate. He does not. But then we're going to get this race underway. The camera angles are terrible, so we're just going to go on board with him. We're going to go on board with... Okay, we can change back now. Never mind, no we can't. But there's already contact by the seams of things. It's going to be a nice, controlled and easy start for some of the drivers. They don't want to take it too hard. Oh my god. What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? I had to do it. I had to do it. Oh my god. I had to. Of course I did, man. Oh my god. Is Oliveira the only one that's made it through without damage? Oliveira has damage. It looks like everybody has damage. I can't lie. I think everyone has damage. That was an insane start to a race. No, Stefan doesn't have damage. So it's going to be a VAR civil war. Then I must put civil war. And there's yellows. Oh! Oh my! This is... What is going on? Oliveira's out of the race and it's giving his teammate damage, I think. He's hit the wall, he's certainly hit the wall now. It's giving his teammate damage, but Kieran a bit of class avoiding action there. To avoid it. I think everyone avoided it. Aspect though drifts into the pit lane. He'll want to be getting off those super softs and perhaps onto the softs. He'll want to know if he can make it to the end. But it's incredible. The state of racing and the drama and the controversy that Formula V can have makes it all worthwhile. Kieran practically being shoved, it's rather exactly what he did in the sprint race. But he's lost it because he's been shoved and pushed and it's everywhere. Anything's happening and he's done the same. Oh my goodness me. This is racing. Now, obviously, we are going to see a ton, and I like a truckload of reports coming in from the end of this race. And I think not only from the virtuosi drivers, but from just everyone. We're going to see everyone doing reports this race. And there's more yellows. It's Aspect. He's reset the track. That is not allowed. So you can't blame him. But Kieran, he needs to pray and he needs to hope that Stefan just makes another mistake and he just makes contact with something, just like we saw his teammate do. But Kieran is in, so Kieran will be getting his front wing changed. Aspect has got a turn suck, so he's obviously going to take himself out, and he has. Now we should have had a safety car. We should have a safety car. So I don't know if we red flag. Because Aspect is now rage quit. I mean, it's a tough one to call. Because, you know, maybe we should have red flagged. Maybe we shouldn't. It's a tough call. I mean, it's really down to the drivers at this point. There is discussions about red flags being shown, so if it does happen, then we ought to do it. There is discussions about a red flag being thrown, so I'll keep you updated on that. But, you know, it really all depends how Scarlet is in, so everyone is just going to pit lap by lap to get rid of their damage. And Kieran didn't even get his damage changed, is the matter of that fact. So... But, you know, everyone's spread out now. But there's not really much to commentate on. So, so thank you all for watching. We are just really, it's really not going well for anyone now at this point. I mean, the man who's benefited the most is clearly Stefan. But Kieran back in the pit lane, so he's obviously boxed to change the rest of his damage, actually get the front wing replaced. It's really not going well for really anyone at this point. I mean, you know, the two virtuosos, obviously they aren't having the best race. Everything could have been avoided had the safety cars have worked. But it's a struggle. I just wanted some racing to commentate on. There's not much racing. It's such a procession now. I mean, we're not going to get racing unless Scarlett catches right in it. So and speaking of JL, he does get a penalty. So but it's mental, it's all going down. I mean, you know, a lot of crashes could have been avoided, but we'll wait and see. We are just really going to have to wait for some action. I am terribly sorry about the lack of excitement going on. I don't quite know what else to comment on. There isn't much happening, is there? So I don't quite know what else to comment on, to be quite frankly honest. Because like I say, there isn't particularly much to comment on. So we will certainly wait and see. Although I doubt much is going to happen. Stefan finally pits to get rid of his super softs. So again, we have to wait and see what happens. But you know, in the end, it's just gonna be a repeat. It's gonna be a normal carnage, isn't it? So again, we'll have to wait and see. Stefan's slow out of the box. Never mind, he teleports. Makes sense, game. Love it. But onto the soft tyre for Stefan. Obviously the super softs will not get this long. And we know that. They won't get this far. They won't get to the end of the race with 11 more laps. So guys on the super softs will obviously have to pit again. Whether that's for the set they used in the sprint race, whether that's for the start, whether that's for the tyres they developed at the start. But there's a bit of contact for the first time in a while. A wee bit of contact for the first time in a while. We're going to have to see, will this little train form into something that actually happens? But it is really just turning into a bit of a processional race now, don't you think? Because it's really not going well for many drivers. It really won't go well for many as well, if we factor in what else is going to happen in this Grand Prix. Because there's not much battle. It's just not particularly interesting right around now, because, you know, there's not cars fighting it out. We are obviously seeing drivers get penalties, but, you know, that's going to be the only exciting thing about this race is, you know, the more that we sit here, you know, not doing anything. We're going to have to see how Div 1 performs tomorrow night. But, you know, the more we sit here not doing anything about these types of races where nearly half the grid is out on the first 2 laps alone, I think is a tad silly. Obviously, you know, we're going to get punishments accordingly for, you know, drivers that have taken themselves out, i.e. aspect. But it's still a tad silly, in my personal opinion. Because it's just not going to happen. It's not going to go down well with any of the drivers. You know, they practice and they train. They do laps here and there for some tracks they've never raced at before, like we had in Vegas. There was a lot of carnage there, but less DNFs for the amount of people that were racing. We saw that last season for Vegas, but now people are just driving to stay alive because the level of driving standards have decreased. That's my personal opinion, but slate me if you want. It's just what I think. It's a bit silly. JR pits again, so he is obviously the first one on these super softs to blink, as you can tell. But Kieran, he's got a bit more damage. It's really not going well for many drivers at this stage in the race. Obviously they know they're going to have to pit again. Stefan probably may have to pit again as well, because the wear is just not going well for any drivers right around now. But it's just a struggle for a lot of drivers, because, you know, they're struggling, to put it lightly. I mean, lots of drivers got damage in the sprint race, so there's just not much going on particularly. Do you know what I mean? Because some drivers, they're going to go here and there, everywhere. So, you know, it's just not a particularly productive race, is it, right now? Because we've not got any battles. The closest gap is 7.1, and even that's being extended because everyone has damage. So, you know, really the only man that can make it to the end is Stefan. And that's only because he didn't get damage on lap 1, so he didn't have to pit. But it's high risk and it'll be low reward, because some drivers are going to struggle, some aren't. Like I say, it's a struggle. Oh, but look at this though, is JL, he's got stars here, he's got Scarlet here, but he's going to have a slower line. They come out side by side. JL is slightly ahead. He does get the move done. But you know, we are going to see a lot of drivers start to struggle around now. You know, people are going to have to look after their tyres. It's a stroke of luck if the guys ahead of Kieran make contact. Behind, sorry. It's all I have to say. It'll go down to a huge stroke of luck if, you know, some drivers get damaged, have to pit again. It'll be a huge stroke of luck for Kieran, because he'll have to pit again, and we know that he is. But it'll really just, it'll go down to a case of, will there be contact, will there be damage for people? Kieran stays out another lap, so he's probably trying an audacious strategy, trying to get the P2 and getting the tyres to the end. But this is the only battle we've witnessed for essentially the whole race. JL and Scarlett. So we're gonna have to see. Like I say, I mean, there'll be some drivers just trying to reach the end. Stefan and Kieran notably. But you know, there's going to be some guys, and they're going side by side through the hairpin yet again, nearly in the wall, again nearly in the wall. JL, not through Portier, lads. Again, they've kept it side by side. Oh, what did I say? I told you this would happen. I said this would happen at some point. I said this would happen at some point. I told you it would happen at some point, and it has happened. It's happened. In the words of Professor M from McLaren Tuned, oh dear, it's happened again, and JR is now spun and he's hit the wall. Lads, come on, this is not the racing we saw in the sprint. It was the racing we saw in the sprint. But I digress. It's silly. It's silly now, because so many drivers, you know, they go into this race, they expect high things, they want a good result. But in the end, it turns into a struggle, and it turns into, you know, damage for some drivers. And it'll turn into more chaos and more carnage. But apologies for that, I've just dropped my phone. But it's obviously a struggle for some people. You know, because JL, he's not even changed his wing. He's not even been able to change the wing, unless he has and the game's not showed it. No, he's not. So he's obviously going to limp home the rest of this race, struggling with no wing. And Scarlett, I'm really surprised though. He has got damage, or she, I'm not going to assume. Scarlett's got damage. You know, the fresher tyres compared to his teammate. And Kieran, obviously Kieran will be struggling a bit, but he knows he has to try and get to the end of this race to get the P2. If Scarlett catches up to him, I know that I reckon he'd let him through, because Scarlett is going to need all the points that they can get for the title race. Yeah, it's only round 5, but you know, we've seen it in real life. We saw it with Rubens and Michael in 02 in Austria. But Kieran finally, reluctantly pits to hand the torch of lead virtuosi back over to the other virtuosi, ironically, of Scarlett. Obviously, we know he's going to stay third. We know JR won't have the pace. He's missing half his wing still. It's not going to go well. We know that. But it's just a bit of a boring race, you know. Stefan's led every lap because of what happened at turn 1. And I've got no idea still what happened at turn 1. Because it was just silly. It was just stupidity. To put it down to the end. You know, right now, we're only going to have 4 different drivers on the podium. We've seen in F2, it's sometimes been 6 this year. We've had a completely different podium in a sprint race to a feature race. The only time we had the same winner was in Baku, I believe, with Ollie Bannon, when he did the double. But, yeah, it's just going to be a bit of a processional race now, do you know what I mean? Because there's not going to be many drivers pushing. They all know they're just going to take it easy for now. Obviously, they've got no need to push. They have no need to push because there is no worry about finishing a race. You know, if you tap a wall, it'll be your fault. Obviously, yeah, we had the discussions about the red flag. It obviously can't happen now. We're far past half distance, but it's a bit silly to me. To me, because you know, I think we should have called it. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to get many more battles now. Maybe that was it for Scarlet E and JL, but now they've cocked that. So that, folks, my controller had decided it wanted to not be alive on my desk anymore, so it's yanked itself off. You've not missed much anyway, so... You know, there's not going to be many more battles. We're probably not going to see another one at all, if we really notice about it. So, we'll have to see. Obviously, like I said earlier, there's not going to be drivers pushing. They know their limits. They know all they have to do is make it 3 more laps. 4 more laps. Sorry, not 3. And even then, if some other guys like JL, if he makes 1 more mistake, you know, he has to pit again. He's going to be lapped. And then a 21 lap race, you'd really not expect it. You know, it's been relatively dominated by some drivers, all because of one aspect that happened in the first. You know, we say that, you know, we hope for the cleaner driving, so we know it could happen. It's happened before, but it just needs to be a clean race in my opinion. I reckon if they just like kept it clean, if they all kept it clean, there's a huge possibility that it actually happens. You know what I mean? Because, you know, it's just a bit silly in my opinion that they don't keep it clean. And yeah, this is just what I think. Yeah, I don't do much commentating. It's silly that they can't keep it clean. If they had kept it clean for most of the feature race, sprint race, sorry, then there could have been a possibility. But you know, with the guys that have DNF'd on lap 1 and then us not restarting, it could have been avoided a tad. But in the end, I suppose that's racing. I suppose it happens. They're not gonna. If we look at real life, they're not gonna red flag and allow a car back in, are they? It's been dominated, to say the least, by Stefan, and it probably shouldn't have been. We know the pace that Scarlet had. We saw it in the sprint race. And I do apologise then for the extreme cases of screen freeze. It's quite annoying. You know, you have a PS4, it's crossplay. But I suppose in the end that'll happen. You know. There's just not been much. Not been much excitement in the latter stages. We are just slowly, inevitably going to see some other drivers just fade. Obviously, like I say, it's not going to go very well for some. It'll go a lot better for others. Rather, it has gone a lot better for others. But, you know, in the end, I suppose that's racing, isn't it? But, you know, there's not much action, so we're just going to cut to an onboard of Stefan, like for normal TV directors. And if we could have a quick little shot of the crowd, that would be grand. But, you know, like I've said, we digress, we look on. You know, not much else to say. Well done, Stefan. Brilliant race, he's led every lap, I do believe. Crosses the line, wins Monte Carlo. Perhaps one of the most prestigious awards any racing driver can get. I myself have come quite close, multiple occasions. But, you know, it'll be a tough race in the end. It was a tough race for some drivers. Scarlatti. He comes around the final bend. She, they, I have no idea. Don't want to misjudge anyone. Come around the final bend. Take second place. And in third, we have Kieran. As long as he doesn't bin it now. You know, I did commentator's curse on lap 1. I couldn't bear myself to do it now. Round the final bend. Kieran third. And JL is fourth. So, well done everyone. On a very good race. And yeah, congratulations everyone that finished. But that, it won't be it actually. I need to get the results. I'm going to skip the podium this time so we can actually get the race results. But there you have it, folks. And I do apologise because I have missed some people's comments, so I will quickly just go back and look at them now. I do apologise for missing them, even though I haven't missed them, so it's just a bit of a glitch. But thank you very much everyone for watching. I will see you all tomorrow night for myself racing in Division 1 again at Monaco. So thank you very much for joining, and I will see you all next time.